Yo, 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 yo.
Welcome, my dude.
Dude, Mr.
How's it
Sebastian
going?
Bach.
That's me.
Welcome to the breakdown, my friend. How are you, dude?
All right, Nath and Johnny. I got your names right here. How's
Hell
it
yeah.
going?
And if you
All right.
forget, they're right there. So
Okay, cool. That's
Except
great.
they kind of fucked up our sign a little bit, so it kind of looks like it's Nathan Junk.
It looks like a rock band logo.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're pretending to be something we're not.
Oh,
Hey,
dude.
before we get started here, I want to talk about
Man.
your background because that is easily the best background that we've had on any interview ever.
This is my new album cover.
Yeah,
It is
dude.
epic.
Child Within a Man. Um, ow,
There's a
fuck. Ran over my
dude,
toe.
there's a few things that I need to talk about with the new album. Number one, I do have to say, Hold On to the Dream is my
Oh,
3-year-old nephew's favorite song. Little Nash, he absolutely goes fucking mental for that shit, dude. So
it's a
well
it's
done.
a heavy, it's a fucking heavy tune, man, for sure.
Hey, we raise him right in my family. Don't worry about that, man.
Well, I'm glad you're asking about the new record because we are coming to Australia in November, 6 months from now. So it's quite a long ways out. Melbourne, not Melbourne,
Well,
Melbourne.
well
Melbourne
done.
is,
Yeah.
it's already sold out. So I don't know whether they're going to add a second show or move it to a bigger place, but I know one of those two things will happen.
What's your preferred? Would you rather do like
I
another
like playing
smaller
a
show or a bigger room?
no. I like playing bigger places.
Cool. Yeah. Good for the ego.
When no, just when I see a musician say, "Oh, we're doing an intimate venue. It's going to be fuck intimate fucking venues. Like, give me a fucking stadium. Give me Eastern Creek. Give me
Sure.
Oh, there's a
give me
Some
throwback.
Soundwave vibes.
yeah,
That's a man who knows Australia.
give me a Calder Park
Oh yeah.
where we played with Guns N' Roses and Rose Tattoo in '93, and there was I think 50,000 people there at each show, and I probably my biggest memory. It was like a super hot day. I think it was Eastern Creek. It was so hot
It's always hot there.
Yeah.
that I did my show in boxer shorts. I mean, it's insane to think about. And at the end of the show, I went like this, hey, and my drummer, Rob, came up and de-pantsed me in front of the whole Eastern Creek. And I was naked on stage.
Man, could you
I mean, I
imagine?
don't want to knock. I don't want to knock this guy's eye out or anything. Like,
Dude, but like imagine something like that now in the world of social media where everyone has a camera
oh.
in their hand.
I remember walking around Australia like a couple of days out of that, and these guys came up. Hey, I saw your Willie. Yes, I did. I saw it. I was there. I was like, sorry, man. Fuck.
Lucky you, boys. Lucky you.
Hey, well, dude, going back to the new album briefly.
Yeah.
Congratulations. It's fucking incredible, man. Like, and one thing that it's two things I've noticed, okay, with following you for so long now. Oh, yeah, we got some fucking weather.
You threw a piece on it
Nice.
too. Yeah.
I
Good
don't know, just
production.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude,
Accent.
yeah,
We don't
high
know what we're
level.
doing. It's all just
We want stadiums too. No, so
Right.
there's a couple of things that I've noticed with the album. Number one, the title "Child Within a Man," and after following you for so long, and even just this first few minutes, there is still just a child within this man. Like you haven't lost any of that youthful energy.
I don't know what it is about music, but it definitely keeps you young in some weird way. Like, I don't understand why or how, but when I look at Angus Young on stage with AC/DC in 2025 and he's banging his head, or I look at Mick Jagger, who's in his 80s and he's running out there and he's this little, he's so skinny, and he's doing all this Mick Jagger stuff. Like, I don't know what it is, but there is something about rock music.
It's because
Yeah.
you sold your soul to the devil.
That keeps
We
you
know.
young.
We know the
I don't know
secret.
I don't know what the hell it is, but like when I listen to an old album like Rose Tattoo, Rock and Roll Outlaw, or Rush, or any music I listened to as a kid, it makes me feel the same way as I felt when I was a kid. I don't know what the fuck it is. I don't know what it is, but that's the title, Child Within the Man. Rock and roll makes me feel like a child.
It's such a cool thing, though. It's such a cool thing, man. And it's like, it's so relatable as well.
Well, I mean, I don't even know physically, mentally. My wife, I'm not a guy who goes to the doctor all the time. But my wife makes me go and get checkup all the time, and I've been rocking for 45 years straight, and my doctor tells me, they go, Sebastian, you are the healthiest person in your 50s that we have ever taken care of. And my wife's like, that can't be right. This is bullshit. There's no way. Like, they go, your blood sugar, your heart rate, your enzyme. The doctor said the enzymes that are coming out of your liver could not be healthier. And if you knew what I've done to my liver in 45 years, so I don't know if that's part of rock and roll. I don't know. I do hot yoga, but I love drinking red wine. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't drink anything else. I don't drink beer. I don't do shots. But I love a glass of red wine with a great meal at a great restaurant, and
Hell yeah.
I don't know. I'm just saying a lot of rockers die young, and I'm still rocking. I'm still here, and rock and roll, I think, keeps you young. I don't know what to tell you.
From an artistic standpoint and from a performance standpoint, when you're singing songs and you're not performing like Youth Gone Wild, something that's like it has a much younger storyline and from a youthful perspective, does that like young at heart feeling help translate that song and make it relevant to you now? Because we've spoken to artists in the past and been like, it's really hard singing old songs that we can't connect to in the same way anymore. But does that help you connect with older songs that you wrote when you were younger?
Well, I look in the crowd and I feed off the crowd. And
Sure.
a song like Youth Gone Wild is now relating to young kids. I mean, I don't know if you realize this. The biggest movie in the world right now is Minecraft.
Yeah.
Minecraft. It has over 20 seconds of I Remember You by Skid Row
Sure
in the
does.
movie. And that turns on my music to a whole new generation of kids
Yeah.
that are throwing shit at the popcorn at the screen. But
Yeah,
Youth Gone
come on,
Wild.
admit it. You did it as well. We know you were there.
well, no,
Chicken
but
Butt.
there's this whole thing where they're like shutting down theaters because
Yeah.
kids are going nuts. But that skip like the song I recorded when I was 19 years old is in Minecraft, which is nuts. And I don't know if you guys have satellite radio in Australia, but in North America, we have this thing called Sirius XM.
Yeah.
Do you guys have that down there?
We don't, but we're very familiar with it.
So they have all these channels, and one of the channels is Hair Nation. I don't know what they're referring to, but they. I want to be known for my music, not my hair. Anyways, so they play my voice on there like literally every 4 or 5 songs. Like you can get in the car and within 20 minutes you'll hear me singing. And that's in every car that is sold in North America. They come preloaded with Sirius XM. So that to me is crazy that there's a radio station that will never stop playing
Yeah.
Skid Row music. That's to me, that's something that's really keeping this music going is satellite radio.
It's
Yeah,
cool
for
as
sure.
well from like a genre that potentially could have aged. It has a very like nostalgic time frame, but to have it connect with so many people, and as you said, like featuring in new things, it just gives it new life and continues on. Does
And
that
there's
come
other
into it when you're writing the new music as well, being like, cool, we need to stay true to what the sound was that we got here, or do we want to draw new modern influences to reach newer audiences now we're getting them?
well, I want to have a catalog, a body of work that all fits together, even though I'm not with my old band. I do the same thing on every record I do. The first Skid Row record, Child Within the Man, I don't do anything different. And I'm the singer, so but like I'm the main, instrument. But I just, you look at a band called AC/DC and they say, hey, oh, they've done the same song over and over again for 50 years. And Angus Young says, no, we haven't. We've done the same song over and over for 51 years. Thank you very much.
Yeah, just
I
lean
don't I
into
don't
it.
want my music to sound the same, but I want it to, if you like 18 in Life and Youth Gone Wild and Monkey Business, I know you're gonna like Child Within the Man. I mean, I can hear the way it sounds, and it just all fits together.
Well, dude,
Even
that
more.
was like listening to the new album. I've given it quite a few spins down. Listening to that, that was one of the things I noticed. Like back to the Child Within Man, you've still got that youthful energy. You still have that. There was. I'm just going to come out and fangirl for a second, man. Like those first two Skid Row albums, dude, they are my favorite, like of
Really?
those genre albums of all time. Yeah, I think it's because of you. There was something different about your voice. You had the ballads, right? You had the hooks, but you had an aggression to your voice that a lot of your counterparts didn't have. You had like a real metallic edge, and that's so prominent on this new album. And you just sound like a more refined and practiced version of the dude from all those years ago.
Well, I mean, I did 91 cities last year in concert. I can't even tell you 91 cities. so so I get a lot of practice, and my two of my biggest heroes growing up in rock were David Lee Roth and Rob Halford from Judas Priest. And in my brain, I said, wouldn't it be cool if I could combine the elements of David Lee Roth with Rob Halford? And I kind of did do that in a way. Like my
Yeah.
voice is influenced big time by Judas Priest. And then I like to bring a sense of humor. Like to me, rock and roll should always be fun, man. You should have a smile on your face, having a great time. That's what to me rock and roll is for, is to have fun. But then I learned, there's a reason why Rob Halford doesn't jump off the drum riser and touch his legs to his hands like a trapeze artist. And there's a reason David Lee Roth doesn't sing like Rob Halford. Like,
Yeah.
like so I tried to combine those two things is what I tried to do. And you're always a product of your influences. And those were my two biggest influences, I would say, was David Lee Roth and
You
Rob
can
Halford.
definitely hear it. You can absolutely
Yeah.
hear it. Yeah.
I
How's
love
your
Halford's voice blows my mind. Like when he screams, what is going on in that guy's throat? Like what muscles does he have? And spare me the gay jokes, please, because everybody goes, oh. But there's something in his throat that is astonishing. Like when he
yeah.
screams like that. I don't know what physically is going
You know,
on,
people are
but
saying the same thing about you, though. Not to blow smoke,
well,
but like you have an
I
iconic voice that people are like, I want to sound like that. It's
I
cool that you
appreciate it.
can credit your heroes, but just know that you are the hero to a lot of people as well.
Oh, well, thank you, man.
And
Our manager in Skid Row, Doc McGee, he made us tour places like Australia when other bands weren't touring, and Brazil and stuff like that. Like we were one of the first bands to do a full tour of Australia. We weren't the first, but we were among the first. Like I can say, like back in 1990, I can say, when Michael Gudinski brought us there for the first time, that Australia was really Australia. Like after the internet, the whole world kind of became homogenized, with Kentucky Fried Chicken and malls, and the cities are kind of similar. But in 1990, Australia was Australia and Japan was Japan. And,
Yeah.
we even played Russia. And, before the internet, there was no way to have things so homogenized. And so I have great memories of being in like Italy in 1989 when Italy was like Italy, and
Yeah.
so I feel fortunate. And that's why I'm doing this 36 years later, because people remember 1990 going to see Skid Row, an American band in Australia, which was didn't happen all the time. And I'm very, very lucky. Melbourne is already sold out, and this is 6 months from now.
Yeah.
So if you want to come, you should get a ticket, because I think it's going to be all sold out.
Absolutely. It's gonna be one of those iconic shows as well. Like you're playing an album that that helped spearhead an entire genre into new areas, with that more metallic edge. And it's an important album for a lot of people, man. When you're gearing up to play something like this, obviously you play a lot of the songs still in your set because people are going to want to hear them. Is there anything that you haven't played for a long time off this album that you're either hesitant or excited, like extra excited to play?
To be honest, I get excited playing the new stuff.
Yeah.
I do this because we were booked to come in 2020 to play the first album, because the 30th anniversary was 2019, but then we couldn't go anywhere in 2020, so we didn't want to let down the Australian people. And the promoter also begged me to do this. He's like, please, please. So we go, okay, fine. So this is the 36th anniversary tour. But the songs, I get really excited about is What Do I Got to Lose, which is a video that's now almost 2 million views. There's a video we did for a song called Future of Youth, featuring Orianthi from Adelaide, Australia.
Yeah.
She's from Adelaide.
Mm.
And she's featured in the video. So if you haven't seen that yet, check that out. But this is my job. I'm a Kiss fan. I'm an AC/DC fan. And when I go see AC/DC, I want to hear TNT. I want to hear Back in Black. I want to hear Kiss do Rock and Roll All Night. I'm sure they've done that enough times in their career. I've done Youth Gone Wild for 36 years. 36 years. And
That's my
I
age.
still love. So you were born in 89?
88. I'm 36 currently. Yeah, I'm 88.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was one when that album came out.
That's crazy. That
Yeah.
is so nuts. So I love doing those, but I do that for the fans. But I make new music for me. I always make music for me, but it's incredible to put out a new album that people dig, and it's exciting to have new songs to do.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Which is obviously you're a very, very talented vocalist, but which of those older songs, obviously everybody changes as they grow older, which of those ones is the most challenging for you to sing?
It might be Clock Strikes Midnight, because there's a scream after the lead section that is crazy. And I like to do that song at the end of the set because it's the last song on the record. And it's very clean singing, melodic in the verses, but then it has this fucking scream in the middle that is crazy. And I have to pace myself the whole show to make sure I got some gas left in the tank.
Is that
for the
hard
last
though?
month.
Knowing how excitable and energetic you are, is that a hard thing to do? Is that a lesson that you're yet to learn completely? Is pacing yourself
Well,
throughout a show?
do you know what my job really is that I have to always remember? I have to come on stage with as much energy as I can, but at the same time being as calm as I can be. So what the like? Because I don't know if you guys ever saw that movie. It's called "Don't Stop Believing," and it's a documentary about the singer of Journey, Arnel Pineda. Right?
I haven't
He
seen
comes
it.
in Journey. Check it out. The first show he ever does with Journey, he goes out there and he goes mental, running around, jumping around, and going crazy. And he comes on stage, and all the guys in jury goes, "What the fuck was that? Like you're supposed to stand there and sing." But I sometimes I have to not get too caught up in the energy of the crowd.
Sure.
Sometimes the crowd is so energetic that it's overwhelming. Like if I play Rio de Janeiro or
Mm.
certain Latin America, you'll come out there, it's like, and you're like, okay, this is happening, but I'm here to sing. And sometimes your energy just, overtakes your
Yeah.
brain. So, and then another thing is the whole crowd is filming the whole motherfucking show.
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah. And the internet's
so you're
forever.
like, everything, you're going to come off stage, you're going to go to your hotel room, and by the time the sun's coming up, the whole show is on the internet. So everybody's critiquing everything. And so that adds a whole nother thing to it, you know?
How do you
So
feel about that sort of stuff?
well, I mean, the ship has left the station. I mean, you can't control it. You can't, I
Doesn't
mean,
mean you
you
have to
can,
like it though.
That's a really good point though. Like it's happened. You
it's,
can complain
well,
about it, but
I mean, you can do the thing where you lock up the phones, but then again, on the flip side, like if you have a really good show, that spreads around too. And like we just did a show, M3 Festival in Columbia, Maryland, and I sang like I'm not bragging, but I fucking sang like perfect. So, I mean, you can watch it yourself. So on the flip side, people are like, "Oh my god, he sounds great." But the only way to sound perfect every night is to use tapes and computers and click tracks, and we don't do that. We don't have anything like that. We really play, we really sing, and we're not miming to a computer. That's
and
for sure.
I will say though, going back to the new album, as much as like doing it that old school way live is fucking awesome, obviously. One thing that I wanted to point out about the album was that like a lot of your like contemporaries, they kind of try when they release something new, it seems like they kind of try and box that same sound that they had back in the day. So the production is sort of still dated. Where
Yeah.
your new album sounds fucking huge, dude. Like songs like Vendetta are crushingly
Oh,
huge.
that riff is
Yeah, dude.
absolutely crucial.
Is that something that was like important to you? Was to be like, look, like music sounds the way technology has made music sound the way it sounds now for a reason. Let's lean into that.
Well, I have to give the credit to who I was working with on the record. It was produced by Elvis Basquette, who produces Wolfgang Van Halen and Alter Bridge and Miles Kennedy and
Yeah, right.
Seven Dust. And he really took over the reins and helped me make this album. And it was mastered by a guy named Robert Ludwig, who unbelievably is the guy who mastered the album Led Zeppelin 2 with Whole Lot of Love. He mastered Kiss Alive. I'm good friends
How
with
old
Adam.
is he?
I'm good friends with Adam Jones from Tool, and I collect vinyl. And every time I see the name on a record, Robert Ludwig, mastered by Robert Ludwig, I know it's going to sound incredible. He's always been the top mastering guy. And I was with Adam Jones, and he goes, "Hey, here's the new Tool album." And I was reading the credits, and it said mastered by Robert Ludwig. I go, "That cannot be the same guy." He goes, "Yes, it is. He's 83 years old. He still masters records. He mastered Metallica, the Black Album reissue.
Oh
He
shit.
mastered Alice in Chains, Dirt reissue. He's the best of the best." And I go, "How the fuck is he still doing this? Like he did Jimi
Yeah.
Hendrix." So I told my record company, I go, "You want to make me really happy? Let's have Robert Ludwig master this record." And my record company, thank you very much, Reigning Phoenix Music, they were like, "Okay, dude, you got it." And so thank you.
Love that.
So he mastered the album, and since then he has in fact retired. He does not do it anymore. And one of Robert Ludwig's last albums that he ever made was Child Within the Man. And this is the guy who gave us Led Zeppelin, Whole Lot of Love. So
Jesus.
that's what you're hearing. Like I'd like to say, "Oh, it's all me," but I had the best in the business. Elvis Basquiat and Robert, those two combo. By the way, that's the only album that those two made together,
Wow.
and that's what you're hearing. So I collect albums from the '70s as a fan, and I wanted to make a record that sounded like it could maybe have come out of the '70s, and I got as close as I could, I think.
So with your 70s record collection,
Yeah.
top 5 records, what are your favorites?
Oh man. Well, you're
I know
not. You're
that's a
not.
big question.
Well, because I listen to music for different reasons. Like like metal gets me fired up, and I want to listen to metal loud.
Yeah.
I don't and but I don't want to fuck my ears up. So I don't listen to it as loud as I used to. Top 5 records. I mean, this is gonna you're not even gonna like I had different stereo systems. Like the one in my living room is the best one, the highest quality. And so I want to hear my stereo sound really great.
Yeah.
And there's I like collecting those original master recording records that are like deluxe editions of normal records.
No
And
shit.
the album that I play for people in my living room, if I want to see their jaws drop, is Donald Fagen, The Nightfly, which he's the singer of Steely Dan. But there's an album he made, "What a Beautiful World This Will Be. What a Glorious Time to Be Free." And just the production on this record, when I play it in my living room, sounds insane. And it's mastered by Robert Ludwig, of course.
Mm.
So when I talk to Robert Ludwig on the phone, he's like, "Sebastian, what are you looking for in your record?" And I go, "Well, I love the sound of The Nightfly by Donald Fagen." He goes, "Sebastian, your record is not Nightfly by Donald
Yeah.
Fagen."
Yeah.
He started to
We're
laugh. He
far
goes,
removed
he
from
goes,
Steely
"What?"
Dan.
He goes, "What do you mean?" But there's a method to my madness. If you listen to the song "Hold On to the Dream," the way I'm singing and harmonizing with myself in the chorus of that song is very much influenced by like yacht rock harmonies
Yeah.
and singing clean. And I love '70s music. Like I love the Eagles. Like I don't mind saying that. I love metal and I love vocals. So I love Jeff Buckley, his amazing singer. I love Kiss, but I don't sing like Kiss. I don't sing like Gene Simmons. Um, I love Rush. I love Van Halen. I love old Van Halen. Um, I love Rose Tattoo, one of my favorite bands. Um, so I picking top 5 records is tough because I can't really compare Donald Fagen to Rush,
I don't
really.
think you need to compare though. I think you can have like I'm the same. This channel is very eclectic. Whilst we have quite a metal looking logo, I really like Taylor Swift. I like everything.
Do you?
So like, yeah, hell yeah. I like Metallica and Taylor Swift.
I like Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah, catchy as fuck. So like, I don't think
she's
you
pretty
can
easy
like,
on the eyes too. She's pretty hot.
I don't know
What?
if it's quite in your age bracket. I don't want to alarm you, but
But um I like songs that capture the whole generation. Like when I was a big when albums were big in the 80s and 70s, the whole world knew these songs.
Yeah.
Like when I go online, it says Drake has surpassed the Beatles for all-time biggest song. I've never heard a song by Drake.
Yeah.
I don't even I know all the Beatles.
congratulations. You've done really well there. It's quite impressive.
But
I don't know.
The other thing is like music is consumed so much differently now, and it's also not as easy to listen to a song 200 fucking times with a phone that plugs straight into your stereo, your ears, your car, anything like that.
Right.
Back, you know, in the 70s and 80s, you had to physically pick up an album, and then
Right.
even in the 90s, a compact disc or a tape or whatever it was, and you had to put it on. And there was, until compact disc, there was no skipping to your favorite song, trying to find the needle and oh, fuck, where's that song?
Yes.
Like it's so much easier to consume music now.
But I think one of the reasons vinyl has a resurgence is because people are getting tired of their phones. Like for me, I don't want to listen to music and at the same time go through my emails and look at fucking my bank account statement and all this messages and Instagram. I just want to hear the music. I don't want to like all these notifications popping up in the middle of the song. And the Bluetooth isn't working. And I think the reason people like vinyl again more is because it's a direct link to the music and you can forget about your emails. Like to me, as time goes on, the phone feels to me like a chore. Like when I want to post a post, I'm doing a concert or something, I have to post it on Instagram, then I got to go post it on Facebook, then I got to go post it on TikTok, then I got to go post it on YouTube, then I got to go post it. It's like a fucking job. It becomes like work to me, the phone. As time goes on. And another thing is, hey, all you people out there, if I'm not looking at my cell phone, I don't want you to show me what you're looking at on yours. Hey, man, look at this. Put your fucking phone down for once. Like if I'm not looking at mine, I don't want to look at yours. Like,
check out this.
Hey, let me show you this. Hey, I took this picture. Like, I don't care. Like leave me alone with your phone.
Just saying, keep the dick pics to yourself, bro. Fuck.
You know, I think the other thing is, man, like with the vinyl thing, people miss having something physical. People miss artwork. They miss liner notes. They miss the fucking dude. Before, you know, like algorithms and Instagram and playlists were showing you all the new music you could like. You know how I found music? I was looking through music magazines, or I was reading the thank you notes on every album. And it's like they thank this band, this band, this band. That's the next 3 bands I check out.
I also love record stores like JB's Hi-Fi. Is that the Australian one? JB's.
Yeah.
I love stores like that. Like I feel at home in a record store. I can spend hours in a record store going through every single album, reading it. To me, it's like a library. And there's lots of great record stores in America now, and I know Australia has some great ones.
We've got more and more coming. The little like
really
mom and pop style ones aren't as common now, and they're the ones you really love because that's where you find the grails, the one-off, the limited edition shit, which I'm the same. I've started collecting, and anytime an artist that we've supported, I like tend to like pre-order an album to get the limited edition thing because that's like a cool thing that I know my kids will inherit it one day and get this something that was like one of 100. That's right. That's the cool shit with like those smaller stores, which I really like.
I love that. When I come to Australia, I'm going to go hunting for Kiss stuff because you guys have Kiss stuff from when they came there in 1980. There's so much Australian Kiss stuff that I want to get.
I have quite a collection of Kiss memorabilia, toys and comics and things. I went to a local market just on the beach near where we live a few months ago. There was a little pop-up record store there, had a bunch of vinyls. And dude, I nearly bust my bank account because this guy had all of the Japanese release Hotter Than Hell and Rock and Roll Over Japanese editions for
Wow.
$250 a pop in perfect condition. And my God, did I have to show some self-restraint.
Oh yeah. Well, I own, if you remember in 1980, Gene Simmons did photos with these two gargoyles, these two big like stone gargoyles are actually styrofoam. I own those two gargoyles, and there's a bunch of merchandise in Australia, like only in Australia, like posters of Gene with these two gargoyles that I own. If any of the fans want a free ticket, get me those. I want the posters of Gene with the gargoyles that were only released in Australia. So if any fans can hook me up with those, I will hook you up with.
We'll have a hunt.
Some.
We'll have a hunt around. Yeah, for sure.
Just Google Gene Gargoyles 1980 and you'll see them.
Hell yeah. All right. Couple of difficult questions. Yeah. What do you want to
take it away?
All right. You have
what is this? Is this math? Are you going to ask me to do some math?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
How are your 14 times tables? Because we're really getting into it now.
This is fucking tough, man.
Dude, you have played with and worked with and collaborated with so many fucking artists. Is there anyone that you were yet to share the stage with that was like a band or an artist that you would have loved to? And next follow-up to that, what's an artist that you would really love to collaborate with?
Well, one that I have not collaborated with yet. Alex Lifeson of Rush put out a solo record back in the 90s called Victor, and I actually recorded a song with him that didn't make that record that I would love for that to come out. I also did a song with The Cult back in 89 in Toronto that never came out that I would love to come out. So those would be good. I've played with pretty much everybody I want to play with.
That's what I was thinking.
That's a great
I think about it.
Yeah.
Well, is that a really cool realization?
Well, I even just played with David Lee Roth at a corporate show like 2-3 months ago. Sick. So Eddie Van Halen, that would have been cool.
Yeah.
I've never collaborated with Angus Young of AC/DC.
Well,
that would be great.
Put it out there.
Yeah. But doing a song with Orianthi from Australia is great. And I like who's the singer of Cold Chisel?
Oh, Jimmy Barnes.
Amazing singer. And he had some hit videos in Canada when I was a kid.
Yeah, right.
Good time tonight. It's gonna have a good time tonight. Rock and roll music gonna play all night. Yeah. Come on, baby, it won't take long. Sing my song.
That's it.
Yeah.
They still use that song as promotion.
That was a huge song in Canada when I was.
That
was a really. Yeah, he's an incredible vocalist. Yeah, one of the best.
Okay, so we touched before on records and like the playthrough, put it on list there and just beat in the music. What is one album? It can be a dead or alive band, but what's one album you would love to see played front to back live?
Rock and Roll Over by Kiss. I love this album.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to see that from top to bottom.
Yeah.
But they got to have the makeup on, man. Like, I'm sorry to say.
I think if they're doing that album front to back, they're going to commit to the whole bit. I think.
Well, like Gene Simmons is on tour now, in his solo band. But I always thought it would have been incredible if he had a solo band where it was like a night with the demon, and he came out in his costumes and shit, and it was like Dracula, and it was like a old castle smoking, and he's like an old 70-year-old demon, and he's bleeding and shit, and he looks old and fucked up, and but then they say, oh, Kiss sold all the rights to the makeup and the costumes, but then I see Paul in a new commercial and he's wearing the makeup, so why can he still wear it?
Probably getting paid the right amount for it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
But that would be so great, man, to see that, like him, like Dracula, like the song Going Blind, when he goes, I'm 93, you're 16, and I think I'm going blind. Imagine if he was all, I'm 93.
He's literally 93.
Yes. And he's
just walking around, bumps into shit because he's actually blind.
All fucking got the big hood on and like a Dracula. Because like when you watch the old Dracula movie, he was like an old vampire. I think that was great. Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to go off on a tangent as well quickly then. Deep cuts of Kiss, because goddamn, they had some good songs that never really got the recognition. Give me what's one of your deep cuts that you wish had got more recognition or that they had played live?
All the Way, which is the first song on side 2 of Hotter Than Hell, I think is so wah wah da 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 down. Also Larger Than Life off Alive 2. That whole studio side of Alive 2, All American Man, Rocket Ride, Larger Than Life. I love those songs.
Dude, one of my favorites was always I Still Love You off Creatures of the Night. Man, that chorus was just so heavy.
Yeah.
Just real halftime slow. And I was like, I'd never heard them go to this extreme.
Yeah. That's more of a ballady tune. I love Strange Ways, which is also off Hotter Than Hell. Almost Human, which is off Love Gun, is total Gene.
It's hard as well.
Creatures of the Night, I like the song Keep Me Coming,
which
is kind of a dirty song.
Sounds about right.
I like that sounds about right. Naked City. I mean, I could go on and on here. There's a lot of great.
There's a theme here with those guys, isn't there? They like to be naked and they like to
naked.
I think that, like you're saying, like the B-sides and like the special edition shit, that there's something special about hearing that. Like my favorite Skid Row songs forever. That was.
Are you kidding?
Yeah,
really
I love that song. That's like, love that track.
So you know what? You just helped me decide. I think we're going to be doing that on the tour.
I'm so glad I mentioned that.
People like that? People like that in Australia?
I am people, and fuck yeah.
Okay. You just helped make the set list, Nath and John. Yes.
Happy to
you
help.
Guys.
How hard is that for you now? How hard is that picking a set list now? Because there's a lot of songs there.
Well, I'm always going to gravitate towards the new stuff because it gets me excited. But as we said before, when you go see your favorite band, you want to hear the hits. But
the further you go on in your career, there's a lot of hits.
Well, I've always got to do 18 in Life, I Remember You, Youth Gone Wild, Monkey Business, and pretty much Slave to the Grind too. People want to hear that too. So other than those songs, I can kind of switch it up.
Yeah.
And then just throw Forever and everyone's happy. Great. Really stoked.
That's right.
Well, dude, we are extremely excited to have you out here, man. Like, huge fans.
Right on.
Such a huge part of my growing up and formation of heavy music was those two albums.
What town are you guys in?
Sydney.
Yeah, Sydney. Okay. We'll see you in Sydney.
So we'll be there.
Great. How long has the Enmore Theater been there?
forever.
Oh, dude, so long.
Like when did that start?
I don't remember a time without it. I am younger.
I've got the internet
as
right
we've
here.
been
This
through
fucking
here.
annoying phone, remember?
Oh yeah, you have a
He doesn't have
device.
his phone. Get your fucking phone away. We've been through this.
Answer the question, man. When was the Enmore Theatre built?
That's the internet is quite good actually. I like that.
Originally built in 1908 and opened to the public in
What?
1912.
You can't be serious. That's the same building?
Yeah.
1908?
There's been renovations, but yeah, seems like that's the original.
Sydney's oldest and longest running theatre.
That is crazy. Unbelievable. Which is better, the Metro or the Enmore? Which would you rather go to?
The Enmore.
Enmore.
Yeah.
Why is that? Why?
The grandiosity of it.
The theatre
There's
vibes.
just like the theatre vibes. It just has like a real beauty to it. Like, you feel like no matter what the music is, we've seen like deathcore there to like symphony, and it all just feels incredible and like memorable because of that. I feel like the venue can really contribute towards that.
Absolutely. Especially the early 1900s. Wow.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, and it looks like it's got history as well. Like the front of it.
I've played there before, and it was great. But I also really liked playing the Metro because it was downtown.
Yeah,
and that was
very central.
That was a great show too. So I just want to make sure it's as good as it can be.
Well, dude, we're going to finish off with one immature question because we are quite immature.
Sticks.
You're about to take the stage at the Enmore Theatre. You're ready to rock, all right? You've got the album ready to go. You've got a few other songs sprinkled in there. The crowd is going fucking wild. But before you go on stage, you have to decide whether you're going to put on either cold, wet socks or cold, wet underwear. What do you choose?
I don't wear underwear, dude.
There it is.
I got that from Robert Plant. When I was looking at Robert Plant on stage, I go, "Oh, that's the way a rock star has to look."
Sure.
So
leave nothing to the imagination, right?
Yeah, Robert Plant was not wearing boxer shorts, that's for sure.
I would have thought that the de-pantsing would have taught you a lesson on that one, but no, committed to it.
Well, there you go. There's the answer right there.
Sucks it is. Sebastian, dude, thank you so much for taking the time. As we said,
thank you, Nathan and Johnny. Thank you. So let's hang out when I come to Sydney.
100%, dude. We'll see you there.
Take me to a record store.
Yeah,
do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
sounds good.
There's some good ones in Newtown, where you're playing.
Good.
So we can make that happen.
You show me around. Let's go. I want to go.
Let's do it, man. Thank you.
See you, man.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Peace,
great talking to you. Thank you,
too,
man. Bye-bye.